Hey guys, Jody Holland here, Jody Holland Training and Speaking, also the Psyche of Success video blog. I want to talk to you about one of the questions that a client asked me recently. They were wondering, how do I clear up communication? Harvard Business says that one of the greatest struggles that we face is that of setting clear expectations. 85% of all problems in business track back to bad or miscommunication. So today I'm going to talk about the three components of how you set an expectation clearly. Component number one, you have to ask for what you want. You can't say, I want to see how you do this, or I'm going to give you the shot at this, or, just do your very best. Those things don't mean anything. Think about this from a generational perspective. The way that I was brought up, when someone said work hard, that meant put in a lot of hours. Other generations have had, when it's work hard, it's do the right job and get it done as fast as possible. For other generations, maybe it's, hey, work hard means kind of do your thing and whatever works out, works out. I'm not going to be stressing about it too much. So to me, you've got to define what it is you want as an outcome. When you describe behaviors and you describe outcomes, you keep everything so much more clear. You can't be vague. You've got to be specific. So that's number one. What do you want? Number two is, when do you expect this by? The worst thing that we can do is say things like, I need this yesterday. Because the simple reality is, yesterday is not a possibility. It's gone. You're not going to redo it. You're not going to catch up to it. You're not going to do anything but keep moving forward. So I can't say yesterday. I also can't say ASAP. As soon as possible, for me, maybe means, okay, when I get all my other really important stuff done, I'm going to come right back to that. Somebody else, it's, I'm going to drop everything. I'm doing your thing right now. So the focus is different based on the interpretation or the label that's in that person's mind for what that means. Be specific about the time. If you need it by Tuesday at 2 p.m., then say, I need this by Tuesday at 2 p.m. When you set the expectation really clearly on what and then on when, you clear up a lot of the miscommunications. The third thing, and perhaps one of the most important, is how are you going to measure this? So you have to be able to say, in order for this to be done correctly, it will look like X, Y, and Z. So you're putting the components or the measurements out there, so in their mind they go, okay, metrics, got it. I know exactly the way that you're going to look at this. Do your best doesn't mean anything. This specific outcome and these steps along the way, that means something. So make sure that you outline what you want, when you want it, and how you're going to measure it. Now, there's a fourth component that if you're creating change or you're modifying the way that something is done in your business, you need to explain why. Now, when I was a kid, I remember my mom and my dad at times saying, because I said so. And I remember thinking in my head, I don't care because you said so. There's got to be a reason. Just because you want it doesn't validate it. The same thing is true as adults. It's more about being able to explain, here's the benefit to the organization, the benefit to you, the benefit to me. So we're looking at the actual why behind it. To take it one step further, the why should validate your mission and the way that you filter your work. If you don't have a mission, that's a whole nother episode, but make sure that you're looking at things going, okay, if I were in the other person's position, would this make sense to me? If the answer is no, it doesn't make sense, then you need to change the way that you're doing things. What do you want? When do you want it? How will you measure it? Why are we doing it? If you'll do those four components for anything new, and the first three, what, when, and how you'll measure, if it's just explaining something, what you'll do is clear a lot of stuff up. It's setting the expectation that matters the most. I want to point out one other thing. What I didn't say is setting the desire or setting the want or setting the hope. Hope is not a strategy. Desire is not a strategy. Expectation ties into your strategy. There's so much more power in saying, this is what I expect, as opposed to this is what I want. So step back from yourself and look at this from that big picture view. Your objective in trying to get things done through other people is for them to get the right thing done with the right results in the right time frame. That's what we want. So what do you want? When do you want it? How will you measure it? And then if it's a change, Why are we doing this, or what is the benefit? So often leaders just come up with this idea and they go, yes, I'm doing this thing, and it's because I want to do this thing and I'm in charge, and by golly, I can tell you what to do. Collaborate with your people. When you set an expectation, if they question you, have a conversation. Be confident enough in yourself and secure enough in yourself that you don't need to put other people in their place. Your job is to set a clear expectation and inspire them to action. Harvard Business again says that 85% of all problems in business relate to communication, either bad communication or miscommunication. Our job as leaders is to take that and clarify what we're looking for. If you'll set that expectation up front, the whole world will work a whole lot better. I'm going to end with a story. I went to the Boy Scout National Jamboree in 1997, and when I first got there, I was in charge of the youth staff for this one sub camp. As a volunteer, I paid to be there just like everybody else did. So the guy that was in charge of that sub camp, he comes in and goes, "This is what you're going to do." And I said, "Okay, well, do you want this way or this way?" Or this way? And so I started asking, what do you want? When do you want it? How are you going to measure it? I got clarification on what he wanted. It was a simple thing. It was raise the flag at a certain time in the morning, take the flag down at a certain time at night. That evening, we go to take the flag down, and his boss, the guy that was over all of the subcamps for that area, came and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, what are you doing?" "We're doing the flag ceremony, taking the flag down." He goes, No, leave it up. We have a spotlight on that. I don't want the flag coming down." I go, "Well, he told us that that's what we're supposed to do." This guy, just like what I'm talking about, goes, "I'm in charge. He does what I say to do." So we're like, okay, so we left the flag up. First thing the next morning, before flag ceremony time would have been, the first guy marches into our tent and goes, "Are you guys stupid?" Like, trick question? We're like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The flag's still up. Can you not even do something simple like take the flag down at night?" We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We were told by that guy to leave the flag up. He said he's in charge, and that's what he wanted. Guy goes, No. I'm in charge. He does what I say. So we've got two guys beating their chest, puffing it out, going, "I get to be in control." And ultimately, we suffered. Me and the youth staff that were working with us, subcamp youth staff. So I go to their tent. I go, "I'm not leaving this tent, the administrative tent, until you guys decide. How do you want this done?" One guy goes, "I'm in charge." The other guy goes, "I'm in charge." I said, "I don't care who's in charge. I just need a clear expectation." I was being held accountable for doing it this way, and that's not possible. You can only do one or the other. I stood in that tent for over an hour until they finally made a decision about the way that they were going to do the flags. We didn't care. We just wanted to do what was expected, but we didn't know what was expected. So the power of expectation is that it clarifies what we're supposed to do, and it makes it possible for the employees, or in that case the volunteers, to be successful. We can't succeed if we don't know the definition. So in order to create success for your people and through your people, give them a clear definition. What do you want? When do you want it? How are you going to measure it? Why are we doing this? Or how do we benefit? If you'll do those four things, you will clear up so many of those problems that could exist out there. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet that you go ahead and subscribe to this video blog, to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you share this video with your friends. If you've got any questions, let me know what your questions are. You can email me success@jodyholland.com or make a comment under the video. I'd love for you to just tell me what you want to learn more about. That way I can help you find your center and find your success. Follow me on Twitter, Jody N. Holland. Like me on Facebook, Jody Holland Training and Speaking, and make sure and share this with as many friends as possible. The more you share it, the more inspiring it is for me, and the more information I'll have to offer. I look forward to working with you again in the very near future. Behind me here, I've got a few of my books. Make sure if you haven't checked out any of my books, go look at my Amazon page. Just look for Jody N. Holland on Amazon. You'll find the books that I have out there. I look forward to working with you very soon. Have an awesome day. I'm Jody Holland.